Okay, so hi guys and welcome back. In our last video we took a look at the XK-A600, a cheap micro RC plane with full stabilization, with an amazing flight envelope and only 86 grams of flying weight. In today's video we go one step further with this little guy, so let's FPV it. FPVing this is very straightforward, thanks to the micro all-in-one FPV sets which are available today. I will put all links to them in the video description. In my case, I had a spare FX797D all-in-one set available, which I am using in this video. This set is actually not the easiest or not the best choice for this, since it's meant to be powered from 1S lipo. However, this plane uses 2S lipo. So I had to get a little creative there. First, I soldered little pin connectors to the power cables of the FPV set, as shown in the photo. This allowed me to connect the FPV set to the balance connector of the lipo. And if you connect it like it is shown in this photo, it will only be connected to one of the two lipo cells in the back, which provides the right voltage for this FPV set. This way, you can avoid using a separate power regulator and thus save some weight as well. This also means that the lipo pack will get slightly unbalanced during flying, since one of the both cells has to provide power for both the camera and the plane, while the other one only powers the plane. However, this is not an issue, since you got a balance charger with this plane, which will correct this imbalance during each charging cycle. I have some alternative FPV sets listed in the video description below, which can work directly from a 2S lipo. So if you buy a new one for this, these might be a better choice. Everything else is very straightforward. I punched a little hole into the main wing for the cables, which I guide through the plane to the bottom compartment where the lipo lives, as seen in the photos. Now I have both the standard power connector of the plane here on the bottom, as well as the connector of the FPV set. Please take care when connecting the FPV set, since if you connect it wrong, it might get damaged. A better choice here would be to use an appropriate male balance plug instead of the pin connectors which I used, which would provide mechanical protection against reversing polarity. Those are linked as well in the video description. Finally, I used hot glue to attach the FPV set to the main wing. I glued it right where the center of gravity of this little plane is, as described in the manual, which means that it is not changed by the FPV set, which is a good thing when it comes to the flying characteristics of this little plane. But now, let's get the fun started. Let's go out and FPV this little guy. This time I also fixed the landing gear, which was a little stiff in my last video, which now allows me to take off and land from the runway, which is absolutely awesome. Flying this little guy through FPV is a blast. I take off with stabilization activated, but then I soon turn it off. This is just a personal preference. I just like to have the additional control when flying planes through FPV. For beginners, I do suggest to leave the stabilization activated. When I fly it, I can basically not feel the additional weight of the FPV set. It flies great and still has plenty of power. I also really like the point of view with having the propeller and the nose of the plane inside through my FPV headset. That actually adds a lot of atmosphere to flying this little guy, and well, I just love it. Flight times are good as well. In the video which you are seeing right now, I flew it for more than 7 minutes and still had plenty of power left in the lipo. I think some additional minutes would have been perfectly possible. Okay, so let's conclude. I was already very happy with this little plane in my last video. It flies great. Stabilization works wonders for beginners, and if you turn it off, this becomes your small acro trainer. Really awesome. Now, after putting an FPV set on it, I am even more happy with the little guy. For around $100, depending on which FPV set you choose, this becomes a ready-to-fly FPV plane with full stabilization for just $100. That's awesome. In my opinion, this is awesome value for the price. If you have been flying quadcopters so far and want to try out fixed wing, or if you are new to the hobby, get this little plane. It's very cheap for what it provides, so even if you realize that the hobby is not for you after all, not much is lost. But I do believe that you will love this hobby and this little guy in particular. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, please share it, subscribe to my channel and leave a thumbs up. Many thanks for watching, and I'm really looking forward to see you next time.